Hello guys, welcome to Solid tutorial. Now we shall see one of the important interview question, that is I want to check whether created session is new or old. Whether created session is new or old. Okay, so how can I able to create the session is new or old? So let us see now. How can I check whether session created is new or old? So guys, let us see now. Now where is white color remote? So to check whether session is new or old, you can use you can use the method is new. Session dot is new. So let me call that method and let me show this. Let me prove this practically. To know session ID is how to know the session is new or old. Now let me start here. So let me take the help of, suppose this is my session, so you can take here. So session dot is new. This is the method. Okay, and this brings me boolean value, boolean session. Okay, so instead of session calling as a session, let me call here time b status is true or new. So in this case, let me prove this practically. So how to know whether session is new or old? So in the previous session I learned about which one will be affected, session invalidate, either in programmatic or declarative, as well as I learned about how to invalidate or inactivate the sessions. Now let me check with practical proof how to know session is old or new. So you can take the help of this method, and let me go to my Tomcat, and here I'm trying to write. So in my web.xml I have two solid file has been configured. So home, first solid, second solid, and here session timeout is 1 minute. In the first solid I set the attribute name. In my session I set the attribute name, that's it. And in the second solid, just you can see I'm trying to read the name, and maximum interval time. Now I want to check whether session is new or old. So out.println, so is session is new, or is session is new. So let me call here session dot is new, or you can hold into boolean status session dot is new. Okay, fine guys. So here I can read the new, and so instead of typing here, just keep here status. Okay, fine. Now if you run this application SecondServlet, and you will come to know is there any error. So here is the, okay, fine. If I run this application, now कुठे चालली तू इकडे. So if I run this application, and here is my first solid. So first let me create the solid, first solid. So session started, and let me start here second solid. So let me use the same Control C, Control C, and here is V. Let me change to second solid. So each session is new? No, it's false. So false means it's not a new. Okay, fine. So here break tag, and let me rerun once again. and let me refresh. That's it. So you can see here, each session is new. No, it's not new, it's a false. False means the session is old. The session is old. Okay, fine guys. Because here we have created new sessions. So let me write here, each session is new in my first Servlet, and then you will come to know, because here we are kept as a false. HTTP session request.getSession as a false, means we are using here already created session. So here we are using already created session, already created or already available. Session, already created session or available session from FirstServlet, okay guys. So let me try same stuff in my FirstServlet, what it shows. Okay, is new. So I want to show is new from my FirstServlet. So let me go to my FirstServlet, session started, and here, okay, boolean is session new from my FirstServlet, and let me rerun the applications, and then you will see, because here get session is true and here get session is false. And let's run the application. Right click, run. Okay, fine, just let me refresh the page. So control F5, where jump on. So you can see here, session started, each session is new. Yes, each session new. Yes, it's new. And if I refresh my previous page, control F5, no, it's false. Each session new, false. So from my FirstServlet, if you look at the FirstServlet, so in my FirstServlet, you will find here each session as a new, because here I used a request.getSession as a true, and here I mentioned request.getSession as a false. So because of that reason, it is getting new. It is getting as a, here it is new, and in other it is getting as a false. Okay, fine. Okay guys, let us see one more topic. This will give me new. Mauli, this will give it as a false. Okay, fine. So guys, let me add the note point on this. So this is in my FirstServlet.java, and this is in my SecondServlet.java. Okay guys, so here let me add the note point. This method returns true. Let me add some note point. Returns true when new session is started. Between browser window and web application. Otherwise this method, what is the method name here, is new. Okay. Otherwise, this method returns false. Returns false. So here, when existing session is accessed, okay, if this method is called in web resource programs that creates new HTTP session object on the server for browser window that to before session ID of that session object goes to browser window, then this method returns true. Otherwise this method returns false. Okay, fine guys. So this method is called in web resource programs that creates new HTTP session object on the server for browser window that to before the session ID of that session object goes to browser window, then this method returns true, otherwise it returns false. Okay guys, so this method is useful This method is useful for the programmers or developers to know whether current request given by the client has created new session or has participated in existing or already created session. Okay, so in HTTP session object the client data during a session will be remembered as session attribute values. Okay, fine. So guys, this is about to check whether session is new. Okay, fine. Now we shall see one more new question. How to know maximum inactive interval time or idle period of time. Okay, fine.